Hi everybody, my name is Sebastian Martinez and I'm a landscape architecture senior at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. I'm really excited and passionate about my project because it touches on my favorite part of this major, and that is making a difference for the people you design for. I also became very immersed in the history and culture of my project, and the people in it, so without further ado, I'll present my senior project to you. My project is a proposed revitalization of the important historic Chinatown in Fresno, California. Chinatown dates back to the 1860s from the extension of the Union Pacific Railroad, which is now Amtrak. Many immigrants moved to California hearing of the rich agriculture and their people living together in communities. Ethnic groups included Chinese, Japanese, Hmong, Armenian, and Mexican people. Before the anti-immigrant laws, Chinese and Japanese businesses thrived west of the tracks. These businesses were close-knit and were alongside homes. They were organized along an alley known today as China Alley. In the present day, however, all that remains of China Alley is a vacant lot. As we speak, a new high-speed rail station is being constructed right across from Chinatown. While this project could bring business to Chinatown, China Alley will be covered with a new parking structure and office space. The height and space of the structure will effectively hide the town from view and also reduce Chinatown to half its size. With that being said, not only is my project a historical revitalization project, it will also be a social project as well. My goal is to design for the interests of the families, youth, elderly, and business owners that already live in and near Chinatown. My project focuses on the design of China Alley and to propose it to be a gateway park to the community. The design will serve a multitude of needs for the community, and the attraction and activities of the park can also spark the interest of rail riders, visitors, and potential new residents. With detailed demographic research, I learned that the families near Chinatown are young with children and teens, as well as with a lot of elderly. So the park I need to design must be multi-generational. For example, the area of West Fresno closest to Chinatown has 27% children of 1,666 residents, and an additional 8.8% high school-aged children. With this knowledge, I came up with 3 design concepts, the third being my favorite. The program designs of these concepts will be half-active activities, like play structures, table sport games, exercise equipment, paths for biking, jogging, walking, space to enjoy gardens, fruit picking, and urban growing, and space to enjoy art and food. The other half will contain more open space for temporary events, programs, and installments. The temporary half of the park can prove to be very valuable, as I learned by one of the most helpful president studies, the Lawn on D in Boston, Massachusetts. Because the Lawn on D is so versatile, the temporary halves of my 3 concepts mimic its organization. There are many needs for this kind of park socially. West Fresno is very focused around the car, and there are little to no pedestrian-friendly streets and centers to walk and socialize around. The neighboring parks in Fresno are also very bleak and large, offering only baseball fields and basketball courts with small playgrounds. These spaces don't see a lot of use from children and families, but mainly from vagrants. My project will fully address these needs, cater to the multi-generational age groups, and be equally accessible to those below and above the poverty level. The Chinatown Alley Park will serve as a place to sit and relax. People can meditate or stroll in the calmer areas of the design, like the terraced urban farm and garden mounds. This is a perfect place to picnic with the family, pick fruit when the trees are in season, get some food from a local food truck, play and socialize. On large event days, there can be room for art shows and music shows. This space also carries the possibility to host school activities and sport competition because of the proximity to the community elementary school, middle school, and high school. Multiple play structures allow for climbing, jumping, crawling, and making friends which tailor to kids. Murals, sculptures, lounge space, and free equipment rental for ping pong, frisbee, foosball will tailor to teens and young adults. Scenic garden walks, exercise equipment, and outdoor screens to watch the news and nature scenes are tailored more towards the elderly. There is also ample seating for rest and people watching, with a careful attention to flat surfaces and railings for the old. The other half will be a permanent and urban-inspired variation of a Chinese garden. The elements of Chinese garden design, like zigzag paths and moon gates, will serve as the framework for the design, but instead of the focal points being specifically nature, they will be play areas, cultural murals, and sculptures that represent Fresno's historical immigrants' cultures and represent the identities of the people that live there today. The park will be safe. This park is a high-profile place seen by all roads. There will be cameras, staff, and security. The lawn will be far enough from the sidewalk and seating will be positioned at a distance to observe children and elderly. To be in the park is free. Everything it has to offer is free of charge. It is a place to entertain family members of any age with high satisfaction and no loss. Food trucks are meant to be cheap and equipment rental is free. Lastly, the park will have great educational value, visually through signage, culturally through art, music, food and dance, and socially from respect. I hope that this project can create a brighter future and a higher quality of life for the people of the community. It can provide everyone a location to learn about each other, appreciate different cultures, and create community togetherness. Through the possibilities of organizing events and programs, I believe this proposal could pave the way for this center of town to be a desirable place to live and an example for other cities to follow suit.